Yeah, we saw one. Say hi, Anders.
Hello.
Hello, Clarice. Part up. What are you doing today? Because you're not going to be here long. Oh, there's the chat. Yay, people.
I'm just going to have a slight workout with my anvil.
Show me. Oh, how'd you get that up there? Did Karl lift it up there for you?
He helped me. I'm just gonna make it like this.
Oh, no, wait. What? It's for the TV. Wait. They have to see. Charlotte's
Karl, can you catch it?
Probably not.
Okay. How come it didn't go like thud like a proper iron?
It's safe. Completely safe.
Balance it on one finger.
So I'll just see you guys later.
What are you doing today?
Prancing around with my anvil.
Well, why are you too busy for us? You can say what you're doing.
I'm at a Gilde.
Gilde? No, what were you doing today? You had students.
Oh yeah, I had a class in blacksmithing.
Yeah, and it's not done yet.
No.
Did you know you could take classes here? Learn how to carry an anvil? No. How many students do you have today?
Today I have 3.
That's pretty good considering COVID. So.
Absolutely. No, it's a pretty good group. Very happy with them. And
how many days does it run?
It runs for 2 days.
And how many hours each?
It's from 10 to 6, with the exception of lunch in the middle of the day. So I guess that's like 7.5 maybe.
Do they get your autograph when you're done?
No.
Damn it.
No, nobody gets my autograph unless you give me chocolate.
Nope, we're going to fry that today. Are you coming?
Okay, no, I can't. Sorry.
We'll go into that, and when Greg gets here, he's a little late.
Yeah.
We're going to fry chocolate. Okay, I'll read the chat.
Come to classes, everyone.
Learn how to blacksmith, and you'll be so strong you'll be able to carry an anvil.
Pretty awesome.
Seriously, it can't be that heavy.
Well, you know, that's the way they cook big rumbles. Okay.
Okay, I'll read the chat.
Have a nice one.
Bye-bye, Anders.
Bye-bye.
Look at that crappy sweater he has to wear because I'm not done yet with his. It's itchy. The other one itches more. Say hello.
Hello.
We have 2 people here today. Rune is trying to hide. I will turn this whole camera on you. You can't hide. Your sister's on.
Oh, hello, sister.
Yep. So who are you?
You're pointing at me.
Yeah. Who are you? Karl?
Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Karl the Hammer.
If he behaves. No. No, you're Karl and you're Rune.
Yeah.
Then I'm Karin. And they're guides and I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I am now.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to be though.
As soon as you start guiding people for pay, you're a guide.
Albert is here and Charlotta says it's windy in Bergen. It was a little windy on the hill over there, but down here it seems okay. Karsten is here from Hamburg. And Peruda is in Moscow, and she's moderating, by the way, so be nice or she'll boot you. Raymond is here all the way from Australia. That guy does not know how to sleep. I love him. I said snap lockdown here in Perth, Western Australia for 3 days, perhaps more. It's midnight 16. I didn't think they did lockdowns in Australia anymore.
Oh, they had like 3 cases in Perth, so they
freaked out. We're starting. No, we're still in red in eastern Norway.
I don't know.
And my kids are still in red.
Just heard Australia's numbers.
Yeah.
And they are just a little bit worse off than us.
Really?
In total.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
We are a tiny little country and they are pretty big.
Yeah.
So they have handled this very well.
Way to go, Raymond. You single-handedly conquered COVID in Australia. Good boy. It's 98% humidity and 16 degrees Celsius, but no, it's not raining. He's starting to catch up to us in temperature now. We're at what, like 4? 5?
I think we're closer to 10. It's pleasant today. So
no, it's really nice. It's no bite.
No.
I was just going to check the temperature.
I would say 10.
36 degrees Fahrenheit. So just have to roll down and switch to Celsius. 2 degrees Celsius, but I don't think that's right here. Let's see. We don't have rain yet. We were supposed to last time. Stu's a young man from Adirondack. She's having the same weather as Australia. They're like weather twins now. Lear is here from Kansas. Slightly warmer than us. Kansas City, I believe, wasn't it? Where'd I go now? Yeah. Or Kansas. Yep. Heidi's here. Hello fra kalde Trøndelag.
Hi.
I varme Norge.
Yeah.
Cold where she's from, but her brother's warmer here. There. Nell is here from Finland. She hopes Prude is truly right about the flowers. There's a story there. Prude has hay fever. I get your feeling. This is now if you've noticed, my voice is starting to sound a little bit more raspy as time goes on. Det går fint. Yeah. The students from the class didn't know we were filming today, so we scared them. Hey. No, so my voice will get a little raspier, but it's not COVID, it's hay fever. Let's see. Heidi Marie wants to send a message to a group. You'll have to look at that one. I can't. If it finds my face, you can see it.
Yeah.
There you go.
What?
I don't know. I have a reading chat. Oh, she's on here too. That says Heidi is here too. It's Heidi Marie. Speaking of postcards, yep, I took a photo because it was so cool the way she posted. Prude posted the picture last time where I showed her where we were at without us standing in front and screwing with the light in the background. So you can see what it looks like when we're not standing in front of you.
Hi, Aardal.
Is Aardal there too?
Yeah.
Oh, Garcia's here, and Albert. We're planning on making a green jacket with Brunad wool I got. I can't wait to see. He got a lot of really nice wool. Kaya is here, your sister.
Hey.
She says hello. And Rosanna is here. She made it earlier today. Rosanna is from Netherlands, isn't it? Holland, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, the painter.
So where are we? If we see, it looks like Quidditch. No, it's not Quidditch. This is what? And we have one at the other end of the field behind you.
That's Knotliker field.
What is Knotliker?
Well, we know about it from the Icelandic sagas, where it's described as a fairly brutal game where people get injured and sometimes even killed. And it's about hitting some kind of ball into a goal with a stick. So when trying to recreate it, we've ended up with a rather interesting combination of rugby, ping pong, and the drunken brawl. All of the players have a ping pong-like paddle on a loop around their wrist, and the objective of the game is to use that paddle to hit a soft ball over that crossbeam. And when you've done that, you have a goal. And that's the only rule. So you'll probably see where the rugby and the drunken brawl enters into things.
So how does it go in the country where Prude is in of Russia? Or Soviet Union, former Soviet Union?
I stopped being Soviet Union for a while ago.
I know, I'm a little slow.
But we had a Russian school class here. 11 and 12-year-old kids from Russia that were here in Gudvangen for 3 days to learn about the Viking Age. And we are really struggling to come up with activities for these children to do while they are here.
See you.
And one of our less good ideas was to have them play this game. Because as it turns out, Russian school children are really, really, really competitive. So they beat each other silly. And while they were playing, we had to run around and come up with new safety rules to keep the game going. One of these new safety rules were you are not allowed to hit your opponent in the face with your ping pong paddle. Come to think of it, we haven't really had any Russian school classes after that.
No, I couldn't think. Is that about accurate, Prude, now that you've been in Moscow for a while? Is the highly competitive nature of hitting people over the head with paddles? Just curious. Alder is Alder cover. That's Albert. He's selling a few meters of Brunad fabric. He bought like a huge mass roll of like 15 meters. You should check him out in the chat there. And Maria's here. Woohoo! Hello, Norway. Maria made it. I had Germans on a tour once last year, and they had to wait almost 15 minutes, I think, for their next tour. And they wanted to join with. So, but they were like 4 college students or anyway age. But they looked like they play a lot of games. So I brought him down here and I showed him, here's the paddles, here's the balls. I don't really actually know the rules, so good luck. They were having so much fun. I did say the only rule is you can't hit anybody in the head with a paddle, but they had so much fun that they actually skipped Greg's tour when it was ready to go. Wow. I think they ended up taking your tour. That was last summer for a little while when Germany was allowed to enter. So.
No, I don't really play this game myself because, well, there are no weight classes in Knattlake, but it really should be.
Show them how heavy you are, Karl.
What do you want me to do? Lift myself?
No, you're skinny.
Yes, I'm skinny.
Yeah. So what weight class would you be in?
Women and children.
Not the Russian weight class then.
Well, I could probably handle a Russian 12-year-old, but
let's see. Raymond said that sounds like a rather dangerous game. How is it compared to rugby?
I would say about the same. The difference is that it boils down to the game is as brutal as the most brutal guy you have on the field. That's basically it.
Would you play Vladimir Putin if you had the chance? Or Gorbachev?
Gorbachev is dead, so that I should have pretty good odds.
Oh, but if he were living today, you're not playing to my fantasy.
Vladimir Putin would probably plow this field with my face. But that would be a story I could tell my grandchildren. So yes, I would play him. But
if I should pick a Russian president, I would pick Yeltsin, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and why?
There is no way he would go through doping controls. No. So he would be disqualified.
He would be pretty drunk on the field, I suppose.
All right, a little bit of politics there. Peruta says you haven't seen some of the Russian 12-year-olds I've seen. Do tell. We need more info. Albert says he can handle himself. He can handle himself against a few 170-kilo men ramming with shields. He's about your size, actually. Albert is. So that would be. Well, there you go. What's your excuse?
No, the thing is, as soon as we are starting to use these things, you have to be a little bit careful.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason, if you're holding a wooden paddle in your hand, you don't consider it to be a dangerous weapon. So you will just go all in. But with a metal tool like this one, everybody understands the consequences of smashing this across somebody's head. That's why I prefer to train with actual metal instead of wooden swords. Because it makes a little difference if somebody hits you over the head full force with it. And it's more likely that they do that with a wooden sword than that they do it with a metal one. Because people are stupid.
Stupid as a stupid does. Life is like a box of chocolates. They said good old Yeltsin. Maria wants to know what I'm needle binding. I'm still working on Greg's socks. They're this way, actually. They go top down, but I need him to try them on because you can see how far they are if I put my hand there. So in about 2 centimeters, I have to make his heel. And I have to make sure that this isn't too tight to get over his ankle. So, but he's running late, so we'll mock him with some extra small socks. Charlotte loves your humor. He talks about when he talks about rules and games and fighting scenes. So can you demonstrate some fighting stuff for us today?
We can probably do that.
Pick your favorite weapon of choice and then kill each other.
Well,
also that I can needle bind with a smile.
Yes, but the deal was that you are supposed to learn fighting.
Oh,
so
shit.
that I learn.
Oh, no.
Shouldn't I kill you then?
No, you didn't hear that. Nobody heard that. No, but tell about the weapon. Tell us about the weapons first.
Karl.
Oh, but of course you do.
He's never told a lie yet.
No, show us your weapons first, though, and then I can. I'm waiting for Greg to get here because then I can hide behind him. Always hide behind the big guy. What did you bring?
My favorite weapon.
You can shoot an arrow while no one's here, actually.
Bow.
Yeah. What kind of bow is that?
No, this is an Assyrian bow, so this is not the proper Viking bow, but so this is.
And the correct way to hold the bow, because everybody does this wrong.
The correct way, I suppose most people know that.
Like that. See his fingers? You might have to turn slightly this way towards Karl. Try not to hit him. I am not done using him. So there you go. You hold your fingers like that. And then you're crossing in the front over your arm.
Yeah. Shall I shoot?
Yeah. Just don't shoot the chicken. Oh, shit.
Nice.
One less chicken. No, I'm just kidding. And then what do you have, Karl? What would you use to fight against a bow and arrow?
Well, I brought 2 Skarmas axes, so I think I would be horribly unprepared to fight against the bow and arrow.
It all depends on the range.
Yeah,
But as long as you have a shield in your left hand, the bow and arrow can't really hurt you much.
No.
Even a very, very good archer would have to aim for something that he would know where is when the arrow gets there, if you understand what I mean. And if my torso is protected by a shield, and I have enough common sense to duck my head under the shield when the arrow comes, the only thing he can aim at is my legs. And he has to be really good to predict where my legs are going to be when I'm running against him. At least, unless I'm a complete moron and run straight forward. So,
yeah.
what I brought was the Skarmas axes. Not really a good anti-bow weapon. But an archer would probably carry one of these as a close defense weapon if somebody manages to get close, because you can draw it pretty quickly. Normally, yes, you probably know, I usually carry the one that Anders the blacksmith made.
Yeah.
But since we are doing some fighting today, there is a rule that says you should never have anything sharp in your belt when you're doing fighting, because people are stupid.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So I exchanged it with this one. It's a little bit on the pointy side to be completely safe, but it doesn't have an edge.
Yeah.
I could probably do the bikini line of a moth with the other one without the moth even noticing. So
I want to see you do that. You keep talking about it.
I brought these. This is basically a dueling set because they are pretty evenly matched.
What's the handles made of?
This is horn.
Horn.
Or is it bone?
I thought that was bone, but
I think this is bone.
Or is it
I'm
antler?
not sure about
horn.
this.
I don't know.
Probably horn hair and bone hair.
We can let them be the judge.
Yeah, I think you can see the...
Yeah, that one looked like antler, I thought, but the other one looks like bone, though.
Yeah.
This one looks like bone.
Yeah.
Just because we have a lot of people who use these as needles, this material.
Yeah.
Okay, you were saying?
I bought this one in 2010 when I did a lot of fighting. And I bought this one in 2018 when I didn't do a lot of fighting. Let me see if you can see the difference.
Let's lift it up a little higher there. There we go. And this hand goes up. There.
Pure, fine, untouched blade. And then basically a saw.
Raymond says, what about an arrow to the knee?
An arrow to the knee would take me out of adventuring permanently, but it would probably not be fatal.
Brutus threatened him and said, if you keep making those jokes, you might put Karl on the spot. About the arrow to the knee, etc. And the good old Yeltsin. I think he was a fan of dueling Yeltsin.
Yeah.
Nice kitchen knives. That's what I said. The scram sacks makes excellent for chopping vegetables. That's actually Mel's line. But I agree with it.
They are hybrids. They are not necessarily weapons. They are also tools. They are also cutlery. They are also... It's a useful knife that you can use for basically anything. I am not sure about the origin of the word, but I've sometimes seen skarmasaks, one of the names for these knives, be translated to wounding knife. So at least a little bit of a hint of weapon purpose behind that. And an added bonus.
No, even I don't know what an arrow to the knee means, so you have to elaborate while he keeps going.
From Skyrim, I think.
Yeah, it's a Skyrim reference.
Okay, I should game more.
The guards in all of the cities have a few things that they say over and over again. And one thing the guards keep saying is that, I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh!
So all the guards in Skyrim are retired adventurers, apparently.
Are you calling Karl old? He's younger than me and Rune. He's the baby here.
But what about this word seax? Has that something to do with...
S-E-A-X, or which is another way of spelling sax.
It has to do with the Saxons.
Yeah.
The people of northern Germany that later becomes the one half of the Anglo-Saxons or the English.
Yeah.
And we don't know which way this goes.
No.
Either this knife is named after the Saxons, or the Saxons are named after this knife. But in either case, I think it's a good idea not to turn your back on a Saxon.
No.
Your sister informs that you should call home if you haven't, because Mom would like to hear from you. Oh, this is the best platform ever for that. I like your sister. Karl, you need to call your mom.
As soon as we are off air, I'll call home.
First, we're going to kill him. How are we going to kill you today? Greg's still not here, so I guess you could show me a thing. It's better than I'm doing the mom and stitch, if you were wondering, but I'm going to show you that before I have no fingers left. Okay.
And this is
Yeah.
a little bit speculative, but we have no treatises on fighting from the Viking Age. So we basically know nothing about how they did anything.
Yeah.
They show up in the 1200s, and the really good ones come in the 1400s. But one thing I like about this is that Italian dagger techniques work fine with the Skarmasaks. And it's likely that something similar would have been used in the Viking Age.
Okay, so you're going to teach me how to kill you with those things, right?
I can do that. Do you have any kind of gloves?
No.
I will be very, very slow, so...
I have wrist warmers that I null bound, so clearly they're really nice and thick and durable, unless you're Greg. No, they're not.
This is mostly for Greg protection, because
See, they're
I
starting to get old
still
now.
have a knuckle that is bigger than it should be from my last sparring with him.
Am I in view? Yeah, we're in view.
Let's see which one is most comfortable for you.
Bone.
Yeah. Let's see.
Innuendos. Okay.
I'll go get my arrow in the meantime.
So I don't think we are ready to free spar yet, but I can show you some techniques.
Okay.
This is the inverted grip.
And right here.
In the Viking Age, and definitely later on, people are mostly wearing armor, so cutting is mostly pointless because they will have some kind of protection against that. What you basically have to do to get through the armor is to attack like that. So, do you remember the disarm that I probably tried teaching Greg?
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. I think he was distracted by pretty women because he couldn't get it. And normally he's better than that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying if I'm talking loud enough.
Do you want to try it?
Okay, I could try.
So you attack me
So I
first.
apologize if you can't hear me, but I'm
You
going to
attack like this.
yeah, like this.
Let's go very slow.
Okay.
Just attack me once.
Like this.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. You don't look very dead.
Nope. And again, very slowly. I bring my hand up to block you.
Yeah.
And then I do this.
Woo! I can never needle bind again. Okay.
No, I'll attack you and see if you can pull off the same thing
Okay.
with me.
Yeah. Are you attacking me or what? I don't know if I did that
That
wrong.
is not entirely right.
Which way did you go?
You would have gotten a serious cut.
You
on
can do
your-
it this way
on
so you
your
can
wrist.
see. They can see what you're doing. Show me. Which way did you go? I kill
Just
you.
attack.
Yeah.
You have to be near enough to.
Yeah.
So I'm blocking you with my arm.
Yeah.
Then I'm using this as a lever to get between
going
your arm
inwards.
and your knife.
Yeah.
And then I break the knife out
Okay.
of your hand.
So I have to go at like this.
Remember that you're blocking me with this on my arm, not on my knife.
Okay.
So
So I do this.
not exactly, but yeah, okay, it works.
It looks better on movie.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do it from this angle now. You're there and I'm here, and you do it right, because I can see it better. Okay. Wait. Shit. You want to try? You're having too much fun watching me. Okay.
I'm not a good teacher, but I thought you would pick up on this pretty quickly because moving metal things over and under other things is what you do all day.
Okay.
Greg, on the other hand.
Okay, so I do. But you went to the inside.
Yes, yeah. When you attack, you do it very slowly.
Yep.
Completely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I move my arm in to block your arm.
Yeah.
You are a little bit too compliant here, but
That's how we ended up being in a relationship. Okay, Rune, your turn to learn. No, I gotta.
I'm not a knife fighter.
I know, but I have to make sure it can be visible, and I
can
can't.
let you. I can give you an opportunity to shine here.
Are you saying I'm not shining already?
This is a technique. I just put your knife down. You don't need it for this. This is a technique I never use on anybody because you have to be considerably stronger than your opponent to pull this off, and your opponent can under no circumstances be wearing a shirt.
Okay.
I'm coming in with a stab like this.
Yeah.
You put one of your hands, that hand, on top of my hand here.
This one, yeah.
Yep.
And
then
I
you
push
step
it.
forward on this side, push back, and grab the knife on the other side. Ah! This is an actual historical technique.
I can reserve the right to practice that to perfection. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat. Can I show the stitches closer up? I will show that real quick. Yeah, there's some other stuff in there too, though. But I gotta make sure I get some needle binding in. This is Mommin. It's a little hard to see because it's black thread right now. This is the stitch I just went through. That's the loop I just went through. I don't know if you can see it. And this is the next loop. So when I do Mommin, I go through the next one and the one I just went through. So there's two there, see? And then I take two loops behind my thumb. One and two. Like that. I think you can see both. Then I go under everything on my thumb. Everything under my thumb and under this one too. So it's just like Oslo, except I'm taking two back here and I'm connecting with two. And then when I pull it through, you have to make sure the yarn doesn't jump. So I lock it with this finger like that. Then the yarn can't jump. What I've been doing, which looks a little tricky, is this one you can take the loop off immediately, but you can wait until you've tightened it. I tend to take my thumb out and stick it back in before I tighten. So if I do it quickly, it looks a little different. I do like this, take it out, and then I put my thumb back in. It's a little bit more risky, but a little bit more fast. But it is exactly the same thing as if doing it this way. Catching the new one under the old, and then taking the old one off. So hopefully you can see that, but I do actually have a video for that on Instagram. Charlotte says, "You can do it, girl." That's right. One here's to all the girls out there. Okay, now I have to see what they said about this wonderful demonstration that you have showed me today. The right one is horn, the left one is bone for us. Yeah, I suspect that one might be antler, though, because horn is usually a little bit more plastic looking. You have horn on your bow, actually. Yeah. You can see the difference there.
Yeah, I do.
See more explanation about an arrow to the knee. Aunt Bonnie is here. If she used a sword, she would have no fingers left. Karl would win. I smell a challenge. No, no, we need to be able to do handwork. Leave the fingers alone. The Saxons were probably named after their knives. Steinhelger is here. Rip the finger. Rest in peace, fingers. Maria's doing Corgan at this moment. That's the same as Mama, but you only connect to the new stitch, not a new one and an old one. So a lot of those sometimes get the same name. I know, Rosanna says, I know you could with some womanly power. I knew you could with some womanly power, but please leave those poor guys alive. We still need them. I like her. That's right. I could kick their ass if I want to, but this is YouTube, so we're going to PG it a little bit. Antler horn. Yep. Okay. Next demonstration. What are you going to show? Spear. I see a spear. Yours is a unique one. You have to show it. Yours has attitude, literally.
My favorite close combat weapon is the spear.
Yeah, this one we have to show properly because you made this, did you not?
Yeah.
So for one, it's a big spiral pattern. You carved it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also got some personality. I love that. Okay, what are you going to do with it?
Stab someone.
Karl looks like a good
Hopefully.
person to stab.
Again,
You got to stand over here, though. Rune, they can't see you killing Karl. It's very important that we document this.
something the Skarmasax is very not good at is to fight the spear.
Yeah.
There are ways of doing it, but you are at a serious disadvantage.
I can stand all the way down here and still poke him with my spear.
Yeah, and I can establish no threat on him from here. So what I would have to do is to try to block his spear out of the way and closer.
If you can't hear him, let me know, because sometimes the microphone only picks up if we're facing. But go ahead. So he's going to attack and you're going to block.
It's almost impossible.
Both of them have family members online right now.
There is another issue with blocking the spear with something short like this. Is that I have to manage a true cross. So if the spear is coming against me like this, I have to block it like this. Because if I block it like this, all he has to do is this.
Oh.
And my block is pointless. If I do this, he has to move all the way around the entire length of my blade to get on the other side of it. But that's not that long of a distance anyway. So this is very helpless weapons against spears. But if I block a spear with a sword, he has to move his spear down a meter sideways and then back up a meter. And then I can move to the other side.
Do you want these?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's never fun to be in the pointy end of a spear.
This one is
pointy. If you move a little bit.
Oh, you can see it. Yeah, sorry. Oh.
You never know where I hit.
Okay, raise your hand if you're freaked out a little bit by Rune right now.
No.
Raymond says if the lockdown continues, he'll probably start on a sweater. Oh, those are so fun. But yeah, you need a whole lockdown in a year and then some more.
And if you combine the spear with the shield,
Yeah?
then you have the most common equipment for a Viking warrior.
How would you combat against a shield?
You have to put the shield out of place somehow. And it very much depends on what tools you have.
Do you have a cunning plan for that?
Well, I have several. But first I have to get past his spear points to employ any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if I manage to get past his spear point, I can find an attack against his shoulder, for instance, and have him move his shield up and then go under. That's what's called a high-low fight.
Mm.
I can also try kicking the lower part of his shield to get it to flip forward. Yeah. Super compliant opponent there.
Yeah.
I can grab it if I have a loose hand and turn it this way, and he will lose it. I can also accidentally break his fingers doing that, so I'm not doing that. I can try to open it by attacking it on one of the sides, so it flips open like this. And there is a lot of things I can try to do, but many of these things only work in reenactment combat and would not work at all in real combat.
Yeah.
Because what do you think would happen if I tried to stab his shield with a super sharp Viking sword? Yeah, it would get stuck in the shield. And all he would have to do is this, to either wrist the sword out of my hand or break it.
Didn't they used to have leather going around there for that purpose to help the shield get, or the, well, to make the shield stronger, but to get the sword stuck?
No, the fact that the shield is made of fairly thin wood is more than enough to get that effect.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. I learned something new.
But the leather piece is to prevent cracking, because a shield is normally made by wooden plates or planks. together.
Yeah.
And to prevent it from cracking up, then
Yeah.
we have this leather or whatever.
Huh. I have a loose stitch, so I'm picking them out. A couple of. All right, sword. Did you bring a sword? I saw you have your helmet over there. Or do you want to show more? And then you have to say, why are you wearing gloves, Karl? Because what happened last time when...
It's
what
not
happens
as
when you
bad
don't wear
as
gloves.
it was, but there is still a noticeable difference between these fingers.
I actually have video of that happening.
This one has extra solid knuckle now because it got banged a little bit out of shape the last time I tried fighting without gloves.
By a British guy named Greg?
Yes, by a British guy named Greg.
Just to do some bus throwing here. And he's still not here. We had so much opportunity to kill him, so we might have to kill him. Well, we still got time. He's got another 25 minutes.
And back where I come from, there is a guy who makes belts for fun and profit, I think. And I decided I needed gloves back in 2010. So I go to this guy and ask, when you make these leather belts, do you cut off pieces of leather that you can't use? And if so, can I have them? So he gave me a plastic bag full of small pieces of leather. And after dragging it around for 2 months, it occurs to me that, what the hell am I doing? I'm not a craftsman. So I go and find this Belgian leather worker and says, you like leather, don't you? He
Sven
says,
Vanderbury.
yes. So I say, okay, I have a plastic bag full of leather. I need one set of gloves. If you can make me the set of gloves, you can take all the leather that remains in the bag and do whatever you want with it. And the next day I had this.
But they work well.
They work,
Show them close up so they can see how you made it.
He made it.
He made it. Was it Sven Vanderbury?
Yeah.
Because he's also in a lot of Viking groups for making shoes.
Yeah, this is
from-
this is when he was basically a kid, so I don't know if he would.
He still is a kid. He's a 20-something kid now.
By our standards, he is a kid, but he was a kid back then.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is a part of his craftsmanship that he would take a lot of pride in, but it works. I have not broken any fingers through this.
No. Okay, go get your sword. And there are other weapons over there. They're too far away. I need to see them closer. Albert says he moves up when he gets blocked. That might have been one of your earlier moves, though. Kaya says, quote, my favorite close combat weapon is the spear. This guy is acing the corona rules, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like that. As we're very corona conscious here, we like to kill at a distance.
Bow and arrow and long spears.
Bow and arrow and long spears, yeah. Albert's working on his gloves too. That's why I thought there was somebody working on gloves. That's why I needed to show them. In Eastern style, where the weapon is a must, and the head is a target. And the Western, yeah, he says he moves up when he gets. I can read. Okay, I move up when I get blocked. You look so fun over there.
Cool.
He looks like a Viking Nissa gnome. Yes, I move up when I get blocked. Not at all well in Western style. In Eastern style, where the helmet is a must and the head is the target.
Yeah.
Yep, you agree with that? It's true for reenactment fighting.
Reenactment fighting looks stupid if you forget you have a head.
Yeah.
Reenactment fighting looks stupid if you forget you have a head.
Target, because realistically it would be.
Okay, say
Don't
that.
hit people in it, but you should parry and protect it like your life depended on it, because in the historical Viking age it would.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if they heard that, and you'll see why. He's a... Back off, ladies. He's mine.
You want to snuggle?
You might not if they don't think they heard you very well back there because you're muffled. Yes, I agree, Karl, he says.
Back in 2011, I used this all the time. And the most practical way to carry a helmet is to actually wear it. And I was living up there at the time. And when I walk to work, I usually have a cigarette. So I was
Viking accurate cigarette.
walking past the bus full of tourists with smoke coming out of my eyes. And I've never been photographed so much in my life.
Oh, too bad there's no smoking allowed in the village because I kind of would love to see that right now. But
It looks very cool in the dark because the glow from the cigarette lights up the smoke.
you heard him, yeah.
And then you see red smoke coming out of my eyes.
So what about hay fever season? Does that do it too? Everything gets stuck on my bling. Okay. All right, so what do you have now? You have different weapons.
Well, these are my standards. This is what I'm walking around with on every guided tour. I don't usually use the helmet. And this helmet is, well, as you might know, there are only two helmets from the Viking Age. You have the Jarmundbu and the Jarl. The Jarmundbu is basically this minus the lower part. This one is based on a relief on a church in Italy from 1400, I think. But it's supposed to depict what the Normans looked like in late Viking Age, when they are fighting with the Italians over Sicily. So it might be inspired by what I actually had in the 1400s, and it might be accurate. It's very hard to say.
Raymond points out that you look like a Nazgul with a helmet in the smoke. Do you have any weapons questions, by the way? Add them up. They brought all their toys. Okay, but I want to see, how would you use the axe against a spear?
I would try to hook it.
Let me see. Show me. Albert has the Jarmundbu helmet.
Something like that.
Okay, and how would... Sorry, go ahead.
It wouldn't be easy to pull off. Because normally I wouldn't expect my opponent to want me to hook his spear. So as soon as my axe touches his spear, he's going to either stab or pull it back. And if he pulls it back, then I have to try again. And I have to be quicker than him every time.
Okay, and now if he was to try to fight against an axe, where he would win. Can you fake death? What would you do?
I guess he would try to outmaneuver me.
Okay.
And since I don't have a shield, that's going to be pretty easy, I'm afraid.
You might have to stand 2 steps that way because I can only get one of you in. There you go. Now you may kill each other at our pleasure.
I'm blinding myself. I can't see the tip of his spear due to my helmet.
No. It's hard to be a Viking gnome. Would you like me to take that for you?
Nope.
Okay.
If I can't fight with the helmet, then the helmet has little purpose. So I'm just trying to move it around on my head.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
Rune is being very careful, as well he should. Because the spear, in reality, is much quicker than this.
Did you bring a spear too? No, you didn't. I was going to say, how would you fight 2 spears against each other then?
We have 2 axes, or...
We have 2 axes. Let's go for the axes.
I'm not sure.
Well, my axe here fights with a touch of an advantage. Because my axe weighs next to nothing. And his is pretty heavy.
Oh, you got to show that. Oh, is that the one you made? I have to show it. Rune made that one. It's a squirrel. No, it's a bear.
I'm not sure what it is.
I think it's a bear.
Or, yeah, maybe.
A Norwegian bear.
I suspect your axe weighs about 3 times as much as this. At least twice as much.
Yeah, twice, but not too much more.
Explain why the axe has what a beard is of the axe, and the shape of the axe is different than like a regular wood carving cutting axe.
Well, both of these axes are bearded axes.
You can see it there, yeah. And why are they bearded compared to a regular hatchet?
Well, it's partially because you want to have the hook.
Yeah.
But it's partially also because you want a long blade and you don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to get it too heavy by having an enormous amount of weight going back to the shop.
Okay. So before I interrupt you anymore, then axe versus axe.
But the axe is not only a weapon. This is very good for a tool for shaving planks and timber and chopping firewood. And
Can you shave a beard? You know, as close as a baby's bottom or something.
then I have to sharpen it a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just wondering.
But there is no problem getting an axe that sharp.
No.
The question
No.
is, would you want to?
No, leave the beards, guys. Okay. I
If
like
you are
the beards.
using it only as a weapon, I can see a point in having it that sharp. But if you want to use it to shave, if you want to use it as a tool as well, then it will be blunted every time.
Kaya wants to know if the axe is for sale, and if so, how much?
No, not mine anyway.
You'll have to buy his soul. Oh, but Anders will make some, I'm sure. But how
Yeah. Anders makes.
And you make the shaft, the carving of the wood.
But I haven't seen these axe heads anywhere else, so that's why I'm never going to sell it.
No.
Unless I find similar somewhere.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Karl?
Well, we do have a tame blacksmith.
We have a tame blacksmith.
We have.
Okay, show me axe on axe. I have to see. More demonstration, more entertainment. I am not entertained.
There isn't really that many different ways to skin this particular cat. He would probably beat me.
Yeah.
Because he is stronger than me. And if the axe is hook, then the strongest man will pull the axe out of the hand of the weaker man.
Ah!
More or less unavoidably. So I absolutely do not want this to happen. So if this happens, I would try to attack or get out of that situation.
Tord says hi.
Hei, Tord. Hei, Ulva. Hei, alle sammen. Hei, Heidi.
You have to know people personally to get a personal greeting here. Just saying. No, I think that's cute. That's Heidi's kids. Heidi is his significant other. Okay, what else can we fight against now? What we have in combo? Axe versus sword.
Well, there I would say the advantage goes to the sword because it's better balanced and faster.
Show me. I want to see.
I can give you a quick demonstration of that. In total weight, my axe is lighter than my sword. But if I'm holding one in each hand and I'm trying to move them up and down as fast as I can.
You look like the Black Knight from Monty Python.
My sword is much more responsive because the point of balance on the sword is here. So very close to the hand. And on the axe, it's here, very far away from the hand. So the axe really wants to continue in the direction you started in. And it takes a lot of force to get it back up again.
Oh, by the way, Nalbinding tip. When you finish a row or a yarn, stretch it out a little bit because it locks all your stitches into place. That's why sometimes the work will look bumpy when you do it right, but if you stretch them into
Changing back to civilian hat, I think.
So back to civilian hat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need his legs soon, though. I think they're the same length now.
I don't have a Greg hitting me over the head, so I don't really need a helmet.
So Greg's not here, and I wonder if he's not going to make it in time. But I do thought we did something silly this weekend. What did we have Greg do? Well, Karl was going to do it, but Greg had so much fun, he took it over.
Chocolate.
Fry chocolate.
Yeah.
So we tried Yap, which is like a Mars bar.
Yeah.
JAPP, and Snickers.
Yeah.
And a troika, which is chocolate covered like jelly, which don't do it. What else do we have? Lion bar, which is
and quick lunch.
And a quick lunch. Quick lunch is a bit like a Kit Kat, but without the caramel.
It was good.
Which one did you like?
The quick lunch one was the only one I tried.
The one that's like a Kit Kat, yeah. That was a skinnier one. I think that was better because it fried a little longer. Some of them were pretty doughy, and he used beer batter. So I took one bite of the Yap one, I think, no Snickers, and then I didn't have any more after that because I think I had too much beer taste in mine. But from what I understand, the Kit Kat one, I know I did try a Kit Kat one actually, and that one was less beer tasting. It was better.
One chocolate bar fried like this is a meal in itself.
Oh yeah,
And
you
a
have to have
pretty
that with
filling one.
ice cream too. Let's see if I can. If I could find a photo, I have some photos of this. I put them in my story. But there was a really nice German girl on Instagram. I am so horrible at German in our Instagram lately, so sorry. But this one might have sounded like a better recipe than the... There he is! We're talking about your beer batter and why I don't think you should use beer anymore on chocolate. So if you get that one, you might have to just go back and pause. But it's 2 eggs, 100 milliliters of milk, 100 milliliters of water, 1 tablespoon of, I think it's a tablespoon of baking powder, or is it a teaspoon? TL. 1 pinch of salt, 150 to 300 grams of normal flour, and maybe, or you could use cornmeal. Anyway, that's what that one was. But so Greg, give us a synopsis. How would you do on the chocolate thing? What would you do differently? You have to stand here so we can see you.
What would I do differently? How so?
On the chocolate thing, we were frying. You were the one doing all the frying because Karl looked at it. You made him dip his hand once, and then he ran away like a little girl.
I said nothing.
You said nothing. No. So what did you think about the batter? What would you do different?
I think it's just a case of experimenting. It needs to be thicker from the start.
Yeah, I wasn't thick enough the first round.
I think that it's better to start with the liquid and then add the flour in until it's thick enough rather than the other way around. And no beer. Okay, so this is we're going to try smaller chocolate this time. This is Dame. This is hard toffee in the inside of chocolate. They're all the same. They're all little rolls. This one is Smil, which means smile, and it has caramel. I assume this is going to go a bit like the troika with the jelly. Probably.
Ooze everywhere. It looked like aliens. And then the plain melkerul, which is milk chocolate. These are all Norwegian, and they're so good. They make Hershey's look bad. Okay, so now Greg's here. You have 9 minutes to kill him.
What?
Pick your weapon, Greg. I would grab a weapon because I'm going to make them kill you for being late. Okay, and then over there, because the rocks are probably not the best place to fight. Grab your weapons and just kill each other for my pleasure. No beer, blasphemy. Oh, it had a bit of a beer taste to it, so like the beer and too much of a... Okay, kill. I might have to walk around with the computer for this.
Gloves?
Oh, go for his fingers. He's not wearing gloves.
This is where you get revenge.
Okay, Greg, you officially have Tord and Aardal and Heidi rooting for you. Karl, you going to just take that sitting down?
I've already killed him.
I'm already dead.
I'll die some more. I'm not happy.
Where's my shield?
I think we should get Rune in here and really make Greg work. Popcorn time. Oh, that's right. This is entertainment for all the girls out there.
Double kill.
If you're counting stitches, I don't recommend doing it now. Okay. All right. Do you need to change weapons or do you want to keep killing him in the same fashion?
Well, if there was 2 axes, I'd like to fight him with 2 axes.
Rune has a sharp axe. Karl has one that's not as sharp. Would you want to use a sharpened weapon?
No.
Thank you. I need Karl back the way you found him.
If you are using sharp weapons, Rune, how are my javelins coming along?
No, it's getting there.
A little bit of crackling going on over there. Okay, kill him again. He's not looking. Greg is impressively difficult to kill. Why is Greg? Oh my God, that guy. Everybody here. Okay, so we have Rune and Karl and Anders, and they're all taking turns. And Greg's still going, fighting every single one of them again and again and again. What is your secret, Greg?
I don't know.
He's half our age.
Yes.
You were what, 27? And then we've got 47, no, 45, 48, 50, and the other one's 43. Yeah. So, all right, Rune, your time to kill him. Use the arrow. You can't. Okay, you might want to go on more onto the grass, though. Rune is ready for battle. Half our age, that kind of helps. Oh, this is popcorn worthy. So that's the half our age defense, right? Yeah.
I can throw the spear.
I won't look.
In
Yeah.
mine and Rune's defense, fighters our age in the Viking Age would have like 12 sons Greg's age.
Ah! Good point. Breed your own army. Oh, I'm so glad we had weather for this. I was afraid it would rain. Okay, do we have any suggestions for how they should kill each other? Do you have any weapon suggestions you want to throw in there? There's a delay, so you can kill each other some more while we wait.
And remember, shield can be used as a weapon too.
Oh, good. Kill him. Decapitate him with a shield. Score one for the old guy. Okay, Karl, your turn. Greg doesn't get to rest. What do you want to kill him with? You've got the scramsaxes here, the two scramsaxes.
You want me to dual wield Skarmasaxes?
Yeah. This is so fun. Who needs TV? I'm sorry, do that battle cry again. You did like this kind of a bird looking thing. Okay. I'm underwhelmed. Do it again. Okay. Against this. Oh, sorry. Keep going. Okay, so while you want to catch breath a little bit, see if Greg has remembered any. Oh, sorry.
My weapons might be too short for this.
Just a bit.
See how much information Greg has retained from your teaching him that trick that you were showing me earlier.
All right.
Just want you to know I pulled it off,
That's,
sort of.
I'm guessing we're doing the.
You're doing the one that apparently,
the
if there wasn't a
song
pretty girl here, I think you would have gotten it a lot faster.
So if he gets it immediately, no, that means you are not pretty.
Yeah, but I'm your prize, so you know.
I'm attacking.
Yeah, so I come in like that.
No.
Okay. See, I remember nothing.
He-
You attack me.
Karl does have a bit of a Batman vibe going with that
yes.
cape. I agree.
Now I remember. Ish.
Okay.
I still won't do it. No, it's like that, isn't it?
Yep.
Now I can never remember this bit. It's over like that.
Well,
Nope.
that's something else, but that also works. You're not blocking me with your knife. You're blocking me with your arm.
Yeah.
If you do it on me, I'll demonstrate slowly.
Yep.
Oh, me too, Arlene. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Bringing the knife
We had to do
down,
some
but
fighting while we're outside.
Yeah.
and then I break
She's
it.
thoroughly enjoyed the
Okay.
fighting today. Thank you.
Let's see.
Arlene Cross.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm blocking like that.
Remember, you have to have the knife on the other side.
Like-
Knife has to be on the inside.
This side.
Nope.
That side.
Do it on me again.
Okay, you got one more chance to get it right. Then we'll do a little summary.
Just attack.
Ah,
I can never get this.
that looks so cool.
Blocking here, extending, going around.
Important. We have a little update.
Okay.
Next week we're going to go on
Try.
Friday because we are having an
You're
event on the
Blocking
on
me
Saturday.
like
So
that.
Next week at
No.
6 o'clock on Friday.
Exactly.
And that's still just that bit. You attack me? Looking like that.
And someone
Okay.
suggested last week that we need to cover Darwin-worthy Viking deaths.
Ah,
Okay.
So we have some homework to do. Carl found one.
Okay.
yeah.
See, I can never get knife fighting.
Sigurd Øysteinsson has a Darwin-worthy death.
Sigurd
Um,
Øysteinsson?
yeah.
Okay, so you have 1 week to figure out what he's talking about, or actually 6 days, because we'll go on Friday next week.
Yep.
Yep, due to an event. And then anything else you want to say about the weapons? Greg, did you have a weapon of choice? Because everyone else got to cover theirs.
Usually it's the spear, but I don't have a spear on me.
No, but you have a rather interesting leatherworking tool. Would you use that in a fight?
Well, I suppose I could use it as a punch dagger of some
You
description.
want to show them what that looks like real quick? I don't think that's a typical Viking weapon.
Nope.
But
I
that
refuse
is
to fight Klingons.
Very good leatherworking tool, though.
Yeah, and it is really sharp though.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll put everybody in view here now. Even Rune, who's trying to hide. No, you can't hide because you've got kids saying hi to you. So
Hi.
yeah, there you go. See, we bring him on. Anyway, so Friday next week at 6 o'clock, which is basically the same time as this one was, just on Friday. And Greg will tell you how the Melkerul, the dame, and the
Me
dime and
hope
the.
that I'll tell him, considering I'm in the hospital on Friday.
Oh no, he won't tell you. We'll just take lots of pictures and throw them under the bus. It'll be awesome. I would never do that. Anyway, yeah. So Friday and Darwin-worthy deaths, Viking deaths, if we can find. We found one. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Thanks for killing each other for us. And